Turner, and I am a Superstar Director from Texas. I want to share with you a little bit of my Scentsy journey. So my story started several years ago when my brother and sister gifted me a warmer and some wax for my birthday. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to use it. I'd never used Scentsy before, and they probably didn't know what they were getting themselves into. So of course I fell in love with the product and I needed more, and I am super frugal. So I figured out that the best way for me to restock my stash was to have parties for my consultant. So I did parties for my consultant all the time, and eventually she, kind of told me, hey, you should totally join. You're already being a consultant. The only thing you're not doing is collecting the commission. So at the time that I joined, it was August 2011, I was a full-time elementary teacher. I had a just turned 3-year-old daughter and a just turned 8-week-old daughter. That's right. I had a toddler and a newborn, and I was a full-time elementary teacher, and I did say it was August. So life was quite crazy at that time. My husband begged me not to join. He begged me not to take on one more thing, but I really wanted to do it, if nothing else, just for a hobby for myself, because I was losing myself in life, right? All the busyness of being a mom and a teacher and a wife and all the other things. So long story short, we jumped in, we bought that starter kit, and I played around with my business for a year or two. Wasn't watching numbers, wasn't paying attention to awards, promotions, nothing like that, until a couple of years into our journey, we started paying attention to the incentive trips. We love to travel. Travel is our love language. So we went for an incentive trip and we didn't earn it. We came close, but we didn't quite get it. So we decided the next trip we're gonna go for it with all of our hearts from the very beginning of the qualification period, and we're gonna see what happens. We earned that trip, but we weren't able to go because the trip itself was in January, and I told you guys I was an elementary teacher, so that timing did not work out well coming off of Christmas break. Third time's a charm. We went for the next trip, we earned it, and we went. We went on our first all expenses paid trip with Scentsy, and it was to Atlantis, this amazing resort in the Bahamas. And I'll never forget, on the plane ride home, my husband looked at me and he said, whatever I've got to do to help you keep this going when we get home, tell me and I'll do it. You're onto something here. And he was so right. So ever since that moment, we have done this as a couple for sure. We have earned 11 now all expenses paid trips, and that's been the biggest blessing, because not only have we earned free travel, but in doing the things that it takes to earn the incentive trips, you're building a business. So we looked up one day and we compared my W-2 with teaching to my 1099 with Scentsy, and we were like, oh my gosh, they're almost equal. If I put the time into my business that I was putting into my classroom, I knew that I could grow this to what I needed it to be for me to be a work-at-home mom. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom when my babies were little, but the Lord told me, no, not right now. He clearly told me that He wanted me to take care of other people's babies while I trusted others to take care of my babies. That was a very hard thing to do, and I remember dropping my girls off at daycare, walking in the elementary doors in tears because I wanted to be home with my babies. And my coworkers who had gone before me in motherhood, who had teenagers and beyond, assured me, Amber, the older they get, the more they're gonna need you. And boy, were they right. So fast forward 2017, after a lot of prayer and a lot of talking and a lot of consideration, I took that leap of faith. I resigned my full-time teaching job of 12 years and became a work-at-home mom. I have been so blessed. My business continues to grow. I have the freedom and flexibility that I always wanted. Both of my girls are in school now, but my friends were so right. Those girls are busy and they keep this mama running. My oldest is in competitive gymnastics, which takes up a lot of her time, to the point where she is released from school early every day so that she can go to gymnastics. And if I was still teaching, I wouldn't be able to leave my classroom to get her to gymnastics. And there's so many other things. So what started as a hobby, something that was to maintain my sanity and just be fun for me, turned into the biggest unexpected blessing, and I will do whatever it takes to take care of this business and keep it going, because I'm finally living the life that I've always dreamed of. My girls are growing. They're growing so fast, but I'm able to be so present for them, present for my husband. My family has never been happier and healthier than we are right now, and I am just so ridiculously blessed by that little starter kit that I bought back in 2011. I'm not a salesperson. I was an elementary teacher. I've struggled with anxiety. I've been medicated for it. I'm now off of it because I really have found my confidence. I've found my calling through this business, and legitimately, if I can do it, anyone can do it. You just never know until you take that leap of faith.